Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Monday Night Raw results, superstars, spoilers, and anything else around the world other than, let's say, Hulk Hogan later on. News. Has he been fired from? It's a big question whether he's been fired or if he actually resigned. WWE said they fired him. Hogan's lawyer said he resigned. Let's take it as that. Well, happy birthdays for this week. Triple H has supposedly had a birthday on Monday. Normally they would have a party afterwards, so probably that's what they did, but nothing has been reported from that. But anyways, happy birthday, Triple H, Paul Levesque. Dolph Ziggler turned 35 on July 27th. He was born in 1980. Currently off of TV filming a movie and what have you. Matt Doink, the Clown Born, real name of Matt Osborne, was born July 27, 1975, died June 28, 2013 at the age of 55 from an overdose of morphine and hydrocodone. His family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against WWE, which WWE attorney Jerry McDevitt has publicly stated is without merit. Shannon Moore turned 36. He was born July 27, 1979. For those who missed it, on Saturday, NXT champion Finn Balor, aka Virgil Devitt, turned 34 on Saturday. He was born July 25th, 1981. It's also my mom's birthday, and we celebrated it. I took her to my work, and since my day off, and bought her a rocking chair, which she loved. If you're on my Facebook, you can see the picture. Also, Manny Fernandez turned 61 on Saturday. He was born July 27th. Oh, this was Monday, July 27th, 1954. Tommy Wildfire Rich, real name of Thomas Richardson, turned 59 on Sunday. He was born July 26th, 1956. The late Anthony Pitbull #2 Durante was born July 26, 1967. Died at the age of 36 on September 25th, 2003 at the overdose on fentanyl. Ring of Honor wrestler Roger Stone turned 32 on Sunday. He was born July 26, 1983. Kenzo Suzuki turned 41 on Saturday. He was born July 25th, 1974. El Zorro turned 40 on Saturday. He was born July 25th, 1975. By the way, Triple H turned 46. That was a secret age. WWE headliners and the McMahon family members who have birthdays on Monday. Like I said, have post-Raw birthdays, bashes in front of the live crowd. No telling whether it happened or not. Since it's in Oklahoma City, you may want to stick around just in case rather than skipping the dark segment, trying to beat the traffic. And there was no dark match advertised for the arena website for Raw. WWE issued a press release from ProWrestling.net on Monday. As SummerSlam taking place at the Barclays Center Experience in New York. Tickets will be available this Saturday, August 1st at noon. On Friday, August 21st and Saturday, August 22nd, WWE will host WWE Superstar Meet and Greets at 40 Club and Restaurant presented by American Express at Barclays Center. These exclusive sessions will give WWE fans an opportunity to get autographs and post photos of their choice of the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Charlotte, Paige, Becky Lynch, and WWE legend Sting, and also Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels. On Saturday, August 22nd, a special SummerSlam panel will take place at Barclays Center, giving fans a chance to ask questions directly to WWE superstars. The topic of the panel will be NXT, where WWE Executive Vice President of Talent, Live Events, and Creative Paul Triple H Levesque, WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, NXT Champion Finn Balor, NXT Women's Champion Sasha Banks, WWE superstar Kevin Owens, commentator Corey Graves, and host Byron Saxon will discuss the evolution of one of the hottest entertainment brands in the world, seen every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on the WWE Network. I'm going to post this on my own subject. Subject to change, because if a champion ain't champion by then, he's going to be replaced in that. The SummerSlam panel will feature a 90-minute discussion and question and answer with the fan attendance. General admission and limited number of VIP tickets will be available. The VIP ticket includes priority floor seating, a professional photo with select panel superstars, and an exclusive autographed limited edition poster. Tickets for the superstar meet and greet and the SummerSlam panel will be available this Saturday, August 1st at noon. That's Eastern Standard Time. Can be purchased online by visiting barclaycenter.com, ticketmaster.com, or calling 1-800-745-3000. Tickets also be purchased at the American Express box office at Barclays Center on Monday, August the 3rd at noon as well. SummerSlam week activities, go to SummerSlam.com. In addition, WWE NXT will make its historic debut in New York City on Saturday night, August 22nd, as NXT TakeOver Brooklyn will emanate live from Barclays Center. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn is NXT's biggest event to date and will be broadcast live on the WWE Network. Main event will feature Finn Balor defending his newly crowned NXT Championship against former champion Kevin Owens. The event will also include appearances by NXT Women's Champion Sasha Banks, Samoa Joe, Ryan Owens, Omori, Big Cass, as well as a special appearance by international superstar Jushin Thunder Liger, as he's predicted to join NXT. Tickets for the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn are currently available through Ticketmaster only. WWE is going all out for this SummerSlam as announced on Raw. It will be 4 hours now. These events join NXT on Saturday, SummerSlam on Sunday, and Raw on Monday in New York's Brooklyn's Barclays Center. Layla L has gone on Periscope TV. Unknown when she's going to be on, but she does already have one video on, and that link will be posted right there at that point in time in my video. Also, xpac as well has his own periscope.tv link. And now for your Hulk Hogan news, he's gone for WWE, as noted on the WWE website. He was fired on Thursday night. Company removed all references to Hogan from WWE. This includes a rare stroke, his profile in the WWE Hall of Fame section of the page. He is also no longer listed among the judges for Tough Enough, nor is his merchandise available at WWEshop.com. And Mattel has put stop on their merchandise selling as requested by WWE. A source has indicated that Curtis Axel's Axelmania gimmick also been dropped immediately, as I posted on your SmackDown spoiler video, the pictures from over the weekend at the live events, as WWE.com staff was told to remove every reference to Hogan as quickly as possible. Recently, as the end of SmackDown, there were references to Hogan on the main page. TMZ has confirmed that Hogan has mysteriously gone missing in action from the website. At the exact same time, reports started swirling about new audio of him throwing around the N-word is about to be released. Hogan's image and name have been completely scrubbed from the WWE's main site, as well as the Hall of Fame site, but the N-word part of the story is complicated. Fact is, Hogan's been recorded several times using the word, and it's unclear which, if any, prompted the WWE to take action. During a 2012 satellite radio interview, he dropped the N-word repeatedly while discussing run-ins he'd had with Birdman, Lil Wayne, and fellow wrestler Booker T. But that audio was widely publicized when it first came out, so it seems unlikely that's it. More likely it's tied to Hogan's current lawsuit over his sex tape. Audio of him using the N-word while discussing someone working with his daughter is also reportedly going to be entered as evidence when the trial begins. We've reached out to the WWE and Hulk. No word back from either yet. Update number 3. Confirmed that he has been infected, severed ties with Hulk Hogan from the WWE and provided us with an official statement on the matter. WWE has terminated its contract with Hogan, and the rest of the statement suggests that it's legitimately to the claims of Hogan making some overtly racist statement. You can read WWE's full statement on the issue later with a fourth update. Hall of Famer and TV broadcaster Booker T has commented on the controversy surrounding Hogan's racist rant, and you can read comments on Twitter from Booker. His infamous promo from Spring WCW Stampede 1997, where he used the N-word himself when referring to Hogan in a wrestling promo. Fifth update, Ric Flair's name has also come up as a potential replacement for Hulk Hogan as a judge on Tough Enough. While Flair's name has been discussed, no decision has been made yet, but replacement will ultimately be decided by Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn. WWE Tough Enough has been such a high priority for WWE that Vince McMahon has skipped the WWE SmackDown tapings the past week to oversee the show's production at Full Sail University every week. Update number 6. CM Punk seemed to be getting a lot of enjoyment out of Hulk Hogan racist comment scandal that erupted earlier as he tweeted the following. Actually, as he tweeted, Radar Online has also released a report on the developing Hulk Hogan scandal. The alleged racist statements by Hulkster were reportedly made in his unauthorized sex tape with Heather Clem, the ex-wife of Hogan's former friend Bubba the Love Sponge. Update number 8. Hogan's attorney told TMZ that Hogan was not fired but resigned from WWE late last night. Whenever I got this news, this was Thursday night. WWE sources dispute that claim. Update number 9. TNA has not yet pulled Hogan off of its alumni page. His merchandise is also still available at Shop TNA. Update number 10. Hogan has issued an apology for the offensive language he used in a sex tape years ago, as he told TMZ the following. 8 years ago, I used offensive language during a conversation. It was unacceptable for me to have used the offensive language. There is no excuse for it, and I apologize for having done it. I am disappointed with myself that I used language that is offensive and inconsistent with my own beliefs. It is not who I am. I continue to work every day to improve as a person, and this matter is an important learning experience for me in that regard. TMZ added that the part of the sex tape in question featuring Hogan's racist rant is expected to come out later this year when the Hogan Gawker lawsuit goes to trial. Update number 11. WWE superstar and former World Heavyweight Champion Mark Henry has issued the following statement to the public on the Hulk Hogan racism scandal regarding racist comments Hogan made in a tape. The transcripts of the rant were recently released this week. You can read Henry's full statement. Unfortunately, I'm getting hounded today by media regarding my thoughts and experiences with Hulk Hogan. I'd prefer not to be thrust into this, but as the requests have been significant, I feel I have a responsibility to make a statement of some sort. At a minimum, to ease my personal burden regarding this topic. We all know that we have a history as it relates to the company, me and this unfortunate subject matter of racial slurs and prejudices. I don't want to and will not rehash that. But I do want people to know that I do not condone racist behavior or speech of any manner. Again, I do not plan to speak on what happened in the past, but I would like to offer this statement about the current situation and events that hit the news today. I'm disappointed in the comments made by Terry Bollea, aka Hulk Hogan. I've known Terry a very long time and as both a work colleague and as someone I consider a friend. I'm hurt and offended that he expressed his feelings in the manner and tone that was presented on the tape. I am, however, pleased that WWE took swift action in response to his comments, and I support the position the organization is taking on this matter, a no-tolerance approach to racism. The reported vulgar and racist statements were apparently directed at his daughter Brooke, who he accused of sleeping with a black man. Hogan is quoted as saying the following: "She is making some real bad decisions now. My daughter Brooke jumped sides on me. I spent $2 to $3 million on her music career. I've done everything like a jackass for her. But the one option Brooke's career besides me, is to sell Beach records." They claim Hogan was mad because a black billionaire guy had offered to fund her music career. They then quoted Hogan as saying, "I don't know if Brooke was," explicit words, "of the black guy's son. I mean, I don't have double standards. I mean, I am a racist to a point." More explicit words, but when it comes to nice people and explicit word and whatever, they claim he later said, "I mean, I'd rather if she was going to sleep with some black guy, I'd rather have her marry an 8-foot tall black guy worth $100 million, like a basketball player." I guess we're all a little racist there. From the more explicit words. The transcripts of the tape were filed in Florida court and sealed in order to prevent them from ever being released publicly. However, the contents of the tape still came out from 5 independent sources. Radar Online is also promising more from the tapes to come later on. And I have heard or read about some gay comments that he also made. Well, some more comments from other former stars. Roddy Piper appeared on Rick Eisen's DirecTV Audience Network talk show on the July 24th. During the interview segment on Friday, Piper was asked about the situation regarding Hulkster and the controversy surrounding Hogan's racist rant. Piper seemed to have gotten off track and made some very strange and bizarre comments in response. Piper responded that he's been fired by Vince McMahon 5 times. It is an honor. He then added he is a family man and his son is his best friend. He then reportedly mentioned that he played bagpipes and played fifth in the world. Placed fifth in the world. Piper continued on when I could go quoted by saying, when I would go into Madison Square Garden, I wasn't the most popular guy in Madison Square Garden. There are 16,000 Puerto Ricans with knives and great radios and stuff. They pick it up from L.A. and that's how they got it. And that's how they knew that I was there. He also said that when fans saw him in a kilt at Madison Square Garden, they would chant homophobic slurs at him. Piper also talked about going into a Mexican restaurant. They had a so-called gringo burger. Eisen reportedly tried to get things back on track and asked what was Piper's point regarding the Hogan story. Piper responded, "That's a good question. My point is that, boy, you guys are sensitive. Hang on, I know people who have to get up to walk 5 miles for water first thing in the morning. I'm just saying that this literally happens to me my whole life. With Hulkster, I don't agree with all of his choices. You know what? I don't hear people saying all the great things he does when he's on the Wheaties spots. All those kids that said their prayers and took their vitamins, I don't hear them saying that. They just want to nail this." And post that link there for that from the actual part of it. Okay. It's also on YouTube. It's worth noting a censored homophobic chant the Piper recalled aired uncensored during the show. For the few people who accused me of being too tough on Piper while recapping his bizarre answers, I challenge you to actually watch the footage and let me know if you still feel that way. He then started to rant about a little boy in jail and how Brooke Hogan's name isn't Brooke Hogan. And he said, I just think it's a little... I think everybody needs to get a life. I don't think that anybody should go to hurt your feelings for no reason. After that, Piper spoke about being on the board of Stand for the Silent Charity. Following segment, Ison remarked, well, that was something. He apologized that Piper's homophobic slur made the air uncensored. The Hulk Hogan scandal has drawn reactions from everyone in the industry. To no one's surprise, MVP, Iron Sheik, and Matt Hardy also took to Twitter. As MVP said on his Twitter, truth be told, I'm not shocked. I'm sure that there are many icons that would discuss you for a number of reasons if you knew their secrets. Also, G1 Climax, Hulk Hogan. Iron Sheik said, who want to see the legend replace the howdy doody Hulk Hogan in WWE Tough Enough? Give me a hell yeah. Matt Hardy, my take is it's never appropriate to use the N-word now in any context. It's probably the most offensive word in the current English lexicon. Well, even Booker said that as well. CM Punk comments on Hulk Hogan as well. Waiting patiently for a Hulk Hogan Cosby meme to further shatter all our memories and innocence from the 1980s. Booker T, like I was saying, quoted by saying, 20 years ago I made a huge mistake by saying something I shouldn't have on national TV. It's 2015 and N-words should be eradicated from the English language in my opinion. I am shocked by the statements made by Hulk Hogan. It's unfortunately, but that's something that he's going to have to deal with. Jim Ross tweeted the following about Hulk Hogan himself. I don't know the details of the Hulk WWE situation and choose not to comment until the facts are made public. Mike Virgil Jones also tweeted the following before deleting it. Don't be taking Hulk Hogan words out of text. That man has done more for me than almost anybody or any other man. Flair is also the top prospect to replace Hogan on WWE's tour of Australia. For what it's worth, Mick Foley has been campaigning to be a judge on Tough Enough, but one source was adamant in saying that's simply not going to happen. WWE terminated its contract with Terry Gene Bollea, aka Hulk Hogan. WWE is committed to embracing and celebrating individuals from all backgrounds as demonstrated by the diversity of our employees, performers, and fans worldwide. And that's a statement that was now posted on the WWE.com website. More updates and details starting to come in regarding the story of Hulk Hogan's legend. More racist statements. National Enquirer claims to have the tapes of Hulk Hogan making repeated racist statements. Those tapes were shared with WWE, which led to the company distancing themselves from Hogan and removing references from him off of the website. In addition, Huffington Post reported on some rumored details on Hogan's rant, which also suggests the statements that have gotten Hogan in trouble may have something to do with The Rock. Sources claim to have seen the current transcripts of the audio tapes, where he refers to Dwayne The Rock Johnson as a racist terms. Currently, The Rock is one of Hollywood's top stars, and he is still on very good terms with WWE. Journalist Mark Lamont Hill has also claimed to have seen the current transcripts of the audio of Hogan's rant and posted the following on Twitter. After the story broke, a video of an interview with Hulk Hogan used the N-word has been recirculated online. The interview aired on Eminem's Sirius XM hip-hop channel, Shade 45. which you can view the video on that, but also at YouTube. Also, more comment George Foreman to the people coming out to defend Hogan in the wake of his racial tirade scandal. TMZ asked Foreman about the situation, and Foreman said he doesn't believe the wrestling legend is a racist. Quoted by saying, "I have known Hogan for over 20 years," the Foreman said. "I do not condone the language he used, but he is no racist. He is a good guy. He is a friend of mine. We have hung out together and we have been in the ring together. I consider him a good friend." Well, Divas champion Nikki Bella praised WWE's diversity in a statement run by E following the controversy that has erupted after Hulk Hogan's racist outburst was leaked. "We just love to celebrate individuals who come from different walks of life," Nikki said. "At WWE alone, we have such a diverse set of talent, employees, of fans, and you know, this is one of the things that makes WWE so unique, and not only WWE, but Total Divas. Look at our cast on Total Divas. Our cast, very diverse, and you know, everyone's from a different background, different nationality, and I think that's what makes our show so interesting. As you see all these girls from different backgrounds come together and empower women." And you read more on that on eonline.com. It's worth noting Nikki's comments were made last week before the latest portion of Hogan's racist rant transcripts was released on Monday. I assume the WWE talent has been told what to say and what not to say about the Hogan situation. Nikki's comments are an example of what one would think the company wants their performers to say. 105.3, the fan out of Dallas, Texas, recently spoke to WWE superstars Daniel Bryan and asked his thoughts on Hogan's racist rant, since he's on Tough Enough. Below is what the following was what he was saying. "I've never seen that side of him, and it's crazy. All this stuff, like the first time I heard about, well, it was in an interview about 20 minutes ago, because I've been doing book signing stuff like all day. Yesterday I got back to my hotel room about 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and I woke up this morning, Monday morning, just in time to do phone calls, and everyone is like, 'Hey, what do you think about this with Hogan?' I'm like, 'What? Wait, what are you talking about?' And I had no idea. So yeah, not in any of my dealings with him. There is a lot of unconfirmed speculation going around as to the reason. As soon as I know, I'll bring you more up to speed on it. Tonight's Raw from Oklahoma City, WWE head security taking away Hulk Hogan's. Anybody that had Hulk Hogan signs from fans. As noted, ever since, quote, from Hulk Hogan saying the N-word surfaced online Friday, WWE has been distancing themselves from the Hulkster. Radar Online has published more quotes from the Hulk sex tape that was recorded with Heather Clem. This time around, Hulkster had some slurs about gay people. VH1 wanted me to do a big thing. So what was that about gay? I didn't even tell Brooke about it. Explicit word there. Brooke and name withheld by Radar. The Inquirer met in Miami. Brooke focused on a $10 million deal I had with Sawdust, some company, I guess. As Brooke says, and she said explicit words to her dad. She never said that. She flipped the bird at me. I have this huge house in Miami. My family never comes home. They went to L.A. Explicit words. And you can read the full story at Radar Online. More comments from Ross on Hogan. Hogan remains in the news, is likely to continue to do so under celebrity story breaks. Hulk arguably would be helped if he laid low on Twitter for a few weeks. Hopefully Hulk has retained PR professionals, a sensitivity training expert, and he decides to stop trying to rehabilitate his image on social media, at least for the time being. I'm a big believer in forgiveness and have no reason to believe that Hogan can't or won't be forgiven in time. If he does, if he goes about it in a sincere, thought about manner. Even if some believe that Hulk Hogan did nothing wrong, his public image of what he earns or what he earns a living has taken the big leg drop and it needs rehabilitated. Kamala, who also defended by the following racial tirade scandal that broke out on Friday, discussed the matter further on a two-man power trip. You can go to that website and whatever. We have our little things we say about white people, Kamala said. Nobody says anything. Not that we mean harm by doing it. We have little jokes and laugh about it. I do not think Hogan meant harm by saying that. Hogan is my brother until he decides not to be. Steve told me personally that Vince didn't really like black people, so you want to do that? Vince ought to fire himself. I got along very good with Vince, but that was before all the kayfabing. John Cena told Joe Berkowitz of the Fast Company website that he wants to do more non-WWE acting. I've been actively trying to extend my reach beyond WWE, as Cena said. I wanted to do some non-action related projects, stuff that will resonate with different audiences who might not know who I am. You can't see me? Well, who am I? Cena also stated that there's more differences between him and the role that he plays for WWE. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but there is a difference between John Cena character you see on TV and me as a human being, said Cena. A role like I had on Parks and Recreation, to me, is a very easy to understand and something that I can do with my eyes closed. But these other projects have come up, are more challenging in a good way. Read more at fasttocreate.com. Cena has always tried to make it seem like he and his character are one and the same, so it actually is interesting to see him mention that there are differences. Cena's comedy love scene and Trainwreck has generated a lot of positive buzz. It's logical for Cena to branch out in the short term. It serves as a good exposure for him and WWE. And in long term, it could help him establish a career once his full-time in-ring days are done with. Speaking of that, there was a shooting in here in Louisiana that was showing the movie Trainwreck. And my condolences go to the victims and families. Dolph Ziggler is reportedly set to return to WWE programming next month, the week before SummerSlam. Ziggler will be set to face Rusev at the pay-per-view event. Ziggler has recently been off TV in order to film the WWE Studios thriller 642 in Vancouver. On TV, he is said to be off due to a throat injury. Eric Berry attended Raw in Oklahoma City and set the following superstars. Spoilers. Bo Dallas defeated R-Truth. King Barrett defeated Jack Swagger as Barrett went over on Swagger, even though Swagger is from Perry, Oklahoma. Second results, there wasn't no dark match. Superstars was Bo Dallas defeating R-Truth. King Barrett defeated Swagger. Swagger is from Perry, Oklahoma. The local guy took the loss. JR knows a lot about that. This week's show for Raw started off with Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Seth Rollins making their way down to the ring. Triple H got on the microphone and welcomed us to Raw. He says it's a huge night at first. He's going to kick off the first with a huge announcement. He announces that this year's SummerSlam pay-per-view will be a 4-hour event. Stephanie then put over Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Triple H announced tonight on Raw Big Show will go one-on-one with Dean Ambrose. Stephanie then announces Sasha Banks versus Paige for tonight. Triple H then tells Kevin Owens will face Randy Orton here tonight as well. Stephanie announces Alicia Fox and Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte for later. Seth Rollins got on the mic and says, if we're talking about first, he knows a thing or two about first. He brags about a bunch of, and then says to cap the night off, we need to involve all of us. He tells everyone to stand up and admit that he will go down as the greatest champion of all time. Well, from there, John Cena's music hits and erupts, and out he comes. Cena calls Rollins an arrogant jackass. He mocks Rollins for claiming to be the greatest champion ever. He calls him a joke. He calls Rollins a coward and running from him last week. Cena turns his attention to Triple H and Stephanie. He talks about tonight being a night of first. He says tonight we need to see if Seth Rollins can become a man. He challenges Rollins to a one-on-one match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Rollins tells Cena to do everyone a favor and for the first time and shut the hell up. Well, Cena smiles, says this isn't a little U.S. Open challenge. He says you have to earn an opportunity at this title. Stephanie cuts him off. She says, let the people decide. Well, she asks the fans if they want to see it. Well, they get a loud chant. Cena versus Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. The fans cheer and break out into a light yes chant. Stephanie says for the first time ever, she's saying no. She says she agrees with Rollins. Triple H says he gets that. He says no one wants to see the world title defended on Raw. He says the idea is valid. So tonight in this ring, it will be John Cena versus Seth Rollins, but it will be for the United States title. And that's what's best for business as music plays as they walk off. From there, we go to commercial break. Big Show versus Dean Ambrose. Returning from the break, Dean Ambrose and Big Show make their way out to the ring for the first of our night of first matches. Bell sounds and we're off to the start. Early on, Dean Ambrose lives up to his moniker of the Lunatic Fringe, as he's a madman jumping all over Big Show. As the match goes on, the larger Big Show starts to expert his dominance. Slowly but surely, Ambrose faded, and Big Show completely took over. Big Show took out Ambrose on the floor. The referee counted to 9. Ambrose got back in. From there, Ambrose had Big Show isolated on the floor and went to dive through the ropes. However, Big Show caught him with a WWE knockout punch. This time, Ambrose could not make it back in the ring. Winner by countout, Big Show. After the match, Big Show saw that Ambrose won't stay down. Big Show charged at him, but Ambrose moves out of the way and Big Show crashes through the barricade. Ambrose laughs and then walks off. We head to another commercial break. And this is basically a filler match. Fandango versus Neville. Return from the commercial. Fandango already in the ring doing Fandangoing. Then Neville's music hits. A high flyer makes his way to the ring out for the next match. Bell sound, here we go. This one doesn't last very long at all. Maybe 2 minutes. Fandango got almost no offense. And in the end, Neville won with a top rope red arrow finisher with a clean pinfall. After the match, Stardust appeared on the Titantron from backstage. And Neville's like, cryptic? Whatever. He taunted and mocked Neville in his typical weird fashion. He references superheroes and Stephen Amell. Neville just looks at him like, that dude is weird as he finished. Backstage, we see Paige, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Team Bad. Backstage, again, we see Paige, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte together. They talk about how social media loves the new NXT Divas call-up. In walk Team Bad. Beautiful and Dangerous is what they're called. Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina. 6 girls argue, which leads into the next match. Paige versus Sasha Banks. Back in the arena, Paige's music hit. Now, she comes with Charlotte, Becky Lynch, with all 3 girls wearing Paige's "This Is My House" t-shirts. Out next comes Team Bad, Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina. It's time one-on-one action. The Divas Revolution continues as Paige and Sasha Banks go one-on-one. The bell sounds, and here we go. Girls do a lot of technical mat wrestling for a little while. Paige getting a better exchange. Paige hits a big dive to the floor. All 3 members of Bad try to interfere. As we go to commercial, we get a return while they're already in mid-match commercial. Referee ends up ejecting Tamina, Naomi, and Charlotte and Becky from the ringside, and Paige and Sasha are finishing the match for themselves. The match doesn't last much longer after that. Both divas start winding down, hitting their finishers, scoring their falls until Sasha hits the backstabber and locks Paige in the bank segment for the win. Backstage, Renee Young interviewing Seth Rollins. Backstage segment, Renee is with the World Heavyweight with Seth Rollins saying that we have seen enough of John Cena tonight. He talks about the future passing John Cena by, and of course by future, he's referring to himself as we head to a commercial break. In-ring segment with Rusev, Summer Rae, and Lana with a fish. We return from the commercial break. Rusev and Summer Rae make their way down to the ring. Rusev talks about being into Summer, who he calls always hot and obedient. Rusev brings in a box that has a puppy in it. He gives the puppy to Summer. Rusev then says the puppy is ugly. He says it has skinny legs and pisses on itself. He says it's neutered, so they call it Dolph Ziggler. He gives Summer another surprise, this time a big dead fish. He tells her to hold it high. He says that they call that one Lana. Lana ends up coming out and telling Rusev to shut up. Lana says she is sick of listening to Rusev and Summer. Lana ends up grabbing Summer and rubbing her face into the dead fish. Lana leaves as Rusev tries to throw the fish at her. We head to a commercial break. Lucha Dragons versus Los Matadors after a segment. Lucha Dragons, Sin Cara and Kalisto make their way down to the ring. They will be in tag team action against Los Matadors next. Another commercial break. When they return from a break, Los Matadors, along with El Torito, already in the ring. Primetime players on commentary for this match. The bell sounds, and here we go. Early on, both teams are exchanging leads with tons of high-flying offense. With the smoke cleared and the dust settled, Los Matadors appear to be in the team in control. Matadors have isolated Sin Cara in the ring and are in control of the match. They taunted primetime players on commentary before turning their attention back to the match. They hit some double-team moves on Sin Cara. However, the end comes when the New Day comes out. Providing a distraction, primetime players confront them at ringside. All this is going on. Lucha Dragons get the win by roll-up. Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper return from a break, and out comes Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. Lights go out and cell phone fireflies light up the arena. Bray starts off by talking about family. He says Harper was once a damaged man, but Wyatt fixed him. He said he knew one day he would have to be set free. Wyatt hands Harper the mic and tells him to say his piece. Harper says that there was a time when he wondered why he even existed and what his purpose was. Harper goes on to mention about that his family found him and Wyatt showed him the truth. Harper said that this is all the fans' fault. They made Harper what he is and they shunned him. Harper says Wyatt saved him, opened his eyes, made him stronger than ever. Harper says now he knows that when you pray for the rain, you best be ready for the mud. Harper says his life is for Wyatt and hands the mic back. Wyatt says Harper would go to hell for him and already has. Then Wyatt talks about Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Wyatt says if Reigns really cared about Ambrose, he would tell him to walk away from this. Wyatt says he's going to seal Reigns' fate. Wyatt closed by saying, we're here. He follows that up by saying, follow the buzzards. And next up we get Charlotte, Becky, and Nikki. Charlotte and Becky versus Nikki and Alicia. And we get it's our time for the second match of the evening. And the Diva Revolution continues. This time, Diva Tag Team action. First team out, Charlotte and Becky. Next was our opponents, Nikki and Alicia, who were accompanied by Brie Bella. Bell sounds and they're off. Early on, Nikki got the upper hand on Becky as the two kicked things off for their respective teams. Then we see Brie Bella watching at ringside. Action picked up as Charlotte tagged in and took control of the match, hitting a number of fast-paced athletic moves and showcasing her abilities as usual. We're near the finish of the match as Lynch unloads on both members of Team Bella. Charlotte comes in and takes out Bella with a spear. This allowed Lynch to apply the disarm her finish. As Fox on Alicia as she taps out. Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Both guys made their way to the ring for another night of first match. Bell sounds, and here we go. Both guys face to face start talking trash to each other. Owens shoves Orton. Orton kicks Owens. Orton drops Owens with a big shot, and Owens rolls out to the floor to take a timeout. Orton goes after him to prevent him from leaving the match. Owens knocks Orton down and slams him into the barricade. He throws him back in the ring, and the action continues. However, Orton is back in control of the offense, and we head to commercial break. Back from the break, Owens controlling Orton on the mat in the ring. The action starts to pick up. Owens gets the announcers involved, yelling at Michael Cole. While he takes it to Orton, the action spills out to the floor again. Orton slams Owens into the barricade. Sheamus comes out of nowhere and blasts Orton from behind with a rope kick. Referee then calls for the belt. Winner by disqualification, Randy Orton. After the match, fans were booing Sheamus. He asked if we're entertained. He throws Orton back in the ring, and out comes Cesaro. Cesaro nails Sheamus with a big shot, leaps out onto Owens. Sheamus comes out to get Cesaro from behind, but Cesaro catches him coming in with another big shot. Cesaro got back in the ring, but turns around into a pop-up powerbomb from Owens. Owens stands over Cesaro. Sheamus raises his Money in briefcase. Backstage segment with Renee and John Cena. Young asks Cena what if Rollins wins tonight. Cena goes on about how he has defended his title a lot lately, but none of those matches were important as tonight's match. He says tonight either Rollins is as good as he says he is and leaves with both titles, or Cena shocks the world and defeats the world champion in the center of the ring. Then we get a commercial break. John Cena versus Seth Rollins is your main event, and we're back from the break, and we hear John Cena's being hit. Out comes the United States champion to the ring. Then next up was Seth Rollins. Lillian Garcia does formal introductions for this title contest. And the bell rings. Cena locks up with Rollins. And Cena powers him, outpowers him. Rollins is out to the floor for a breather. Rollins comes back in, and Cena takes him down with a mat with a headlock. Back and forth action now. Cena tries for an attitude adjustment early on to no avail. Rollins blocks it and starts connecting with Cena with big shots. Rollins takes Cena down to the mat as we head into a mid-match commercial break. When we return from the break, we get the action still going on. Rollins starts to take it to Cena now. Rollins enjoys a long stretch of time in control of offense as Cena is completely down and out and hasn't connected with him much in a while. Finally, Cena fires out of nowhere and starts taking it to Rollins. Rollins slows Cena down with a big kick. Cena then cuts Rollins off on the top rope, and he goes up after him. Rollins jumps over Cena and now has him in the powerbomb position. He runs across the ring and slams him into the top turnbuckle. He covers Cena, but he manages to kick out at two. Rollins ends up catching Cena with a huge knee to the face, which busted up his nose as a result. Broken nose for Cena. The announcers outright said it looks like Cena's nose has been badly broken. In the end, however, Cena rallied to get Rollins in the STF. Rollins tapped out. Cena retains. Raw goes off the air with a beaten up Cena celebrating as the announcers put him over like Superman. Winner still United States champion John Cena. This Raw goes off the air to that segment. Thanks again. Peace out. God bless. Since there wasn't any internet postings over Dark's match main event. Thanks again. God bless you. Want to be. If you don't know, you better call me, bro.